Welcome to the cabin of Josie Morris, and she ran with Butch Cassidy and the Wild Bunch.
Let's go adventuring.
And they had relations along with her sister, who Butch bought some beef from her father, who was a cattle rancher. And this was her house that she lived in, or homesteaded in, I guess you could say. No running water, no electricity. But gal like Josie, that didn't bother her much. She was one of the few that was allowed to go to the Wild Bunch's hideout, even. The National Park Service owns it now. As you can see, she was here for 50 years. There's her fireplace. I'm going to match up a photo I found of her. It's right here. She's literally, there's a photo of her. I'm trying to see if I can get it right about here. There's a photo of her standing. And this is her place. She's 40 years old, divorced, and with her children grown, Josie wanted a home of her own, so she chose this for her plentiful water, good pasture, and the natural resources. She softened the cabin floors, handmade quilts, warmed the beds, and Josie's favorite pictures hung on wallpaper walls. She died in 1964 at age 90. The photo I found of her online, you can make out the top of this mountain here. And she's standing like right here. Here's some of her outbuildings for her animals. Probably chickens, roosters, cattle, maybe some goat. All right, we are now doing the Hog Canyon Trail. It starts with Josie's cabin and opens up into this beautiful valley here. It started kind of, what she did was she dug a little pond back there for her cattle to drink water out of, and first half of that trail had poison ivy all over it, so you just had to mind your footing and make sure not to rub up against any of the leaves. But yeah, Josie was a friend of Butch Cassidy and was allowed to hang out with his wild gang. And this trail is all her property here. There's more things over there where she had cattle and things roaming. This is all, she had a good taste in property, I'll tell you that much. Where we came from. Ooh, this is a huge tree. Probably here when Josie was here. Just weird, this little oasis we found out in the middle of the desert. I wonder if she picked this spot to live. So this is where Josie kept her hogs. It's a 2-mile hike, and as you can see why she picked it, there's a little runoff here. And the hogs would have a nice place to drink water in the middle of the desert. An oasis. A really beautiful spot here in the hog trail. Onward. Onward and upward, as they say. All right, continuing on here. Just had to stop. There was some wild turkey. Coming out of this canyon. Nothing here. It just goes right there and comes straight out of this canyon. All right, so this massive canyon here marks the end of this trail around Josie's property here. This was all hers, and the water that goes through it was why she wanted it, because she wanted fresh water for her livestock. And she apparently had to fight for that because of the indigenous people that were here and other people coming through. But she kept it. She lived here for quite a while. She moved here when she was 40. Hung out with Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, and the Wild Bunch. And I was looking at the pictures, and I was like, Paul Newman and Robert Redford really were. It was really a stretch because they looked. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, neither one looked anything like that. Anyways, we're gonna keep walking. Off we go. Oh, we're wrapping up this hike here. Hope you've enjoyed these adventures today. Hiking the parts of Dinosaur National Monument, and now finishing up the hog trail here. Some pieces of her old ranch. Right there, do you see the fencing? All part where she kept her cattle in. She passed away at the age of 90 in 1965. She claimed that Butch Cassidy did not die in South America. She claimed he died here in Utah as an old man, that he even came and visited her when everyone thought he was dead. So, this goes to show you. Well, that's going to do it, guys, for this video here in Dinosaur National Monument in Utah, just on the Wyoming-Colorado border. We're finishing up this hike through black bear and mountain lion territory. We didn't see any activity, any scat or anything like that, but they did have signs up saying you are in mountain lion and black bear habitat. We did see some wild turkeys, two female wild turkeys with like 6 babies over by the stream under a tree, but that's about it. Otherwise, lizard, a few yellow birds, pretty calm and quiet. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll see you guys on the next Adventuring with Chris.